these as well. The pictures that you send me.
Yes.
So,
The first one talk about 4.0, a generation of new capitalism that we entering, and from Japan, it have the ability to using robots, okay, but without getting scared of a robot. Do not get scared, okay? I'm here to talk about the human as a technology and the right brain that has feelings. So if I say robots, how do you feel? Somebody feels happy, but you don't feel happy, don't feel scared, because we are use the left brain. This engineering. Okay, so Japan is a country of engineering. Now let me tell you about my story. I'm from America, and I did not grow up with engineering. I grew up watching Hollywood movies. I love, we don't, it's not that I love Hollywood, but I watch so many movies exposed. And that's the point, is that now we know.
there is a problem in your voice. Like, can you clear your mic? So
Yes.
let's check.
Okay. Sorry. Maybe I should answer from my computer. This is my phone.
Okay, can you come from your computer?
Yes. Here,
Okay.
I gotta turn my computer on.
Okay. I will wait. No problem.
Okay. Here, let me. And click your live stream here. Yes. Okay. Okay, come on, cat. This cat's so happy.
I turn off here. Yeah, sorry. Okay, here we go. No, let's see. Yeah. I understand. Okay, sorry. Huh? It's not letting me. Come on. No, stop it.
You can.
Oh, I see. Here we go. I fixing it. I think that fixed it now. Come on. Yeah. Okay.
Let's go. Before we can dive into this presentation, please, can you introduce you to me and the audience?
Yes. Okay. Hello. My name is Nathan Raymond. I'm from New York, but not the city. I'm from the countryside. And from the countryside, we went to the city, but the city people, they didn't come to the countryside. So that is the first thing we deal with being an ambassador between two different worlds and joining them. And that's what the Japan Exchange is. But when I was younger, right, the town I grew up in, New York, we had an ashram. And when I was 7, someone took me to this ashram, and they started talking about things from India I never heard before. Talking about like reincarnation, or talking about like your karma, or talking or yoga and chanting. I never knew anybody who knew about that. But when I was 7, so when I got exposed to that, I was like, whoa, what is this? So anyway, that led me to have an open mind, right? Because a lot of people came from different countries and they traveled. And so, but when I got to around 12, my town had a relationship with Japan. And I didn't understand it, because I was young, but I just asked my mom. I said, Mom, can we be a host family? Can people stay at our house? And when they stayed at our house, so something about Japan, I really liked it. Like America, we have an idea, we're diverse, like we have different races, but we don't have Japanese people so much, because when you learn about Japan, they are, they prefer Japan because to them, the system works smoother. And when they go to America, it's too confusing, all these different people and countries. So they watch Hollywood movies. So they all think they want to go there, but then they go and, okay, but now I'm in Japan. I have this point of view of America from the outsider, but I'm still from America, so I think now I'm the one who can bridge gaps. And when it's with Japan, and I sent you some documents, because Japan does have a good system inside it. And why, right? How come America can't do that? But it has to do with the technology of the human. And so I can tell you, living in America, when we watched all these Hollywood movies, it had an effect on us. It makes our right brain, our feeling brain, very strong. And when I came to Japan, they are not like that. They have a different system where it functions smoother because they're using a left brain. And I really was didn't understand this at first, but then I thought about it. Oh my God. The world is a magnet, because when you see America and Japan and you go there, it's so different. They drive on the different side of the road, and they think different. So the reason why I talk about this is because there was one time in the world where America and Japan, they're like the right and the left hand, right? They number one and number two, right? But now we come to a time where America and Japan, they're not the number one and two, because they were in a parent and a child relationship. But now the children that Japan and America raised, they're getting older. And if America and Japan do not know how to be useful to these countries, then it could go out of balance that, people are struggling for power and who is number one. But we change this and this comes with a 3-way of uniting society. And it's hard to see, okay? But from an engineering mind, we have society, we have sellers, and we have buyers. And the thing about this relationship of society, sellers, and buyers is that the roles reverse. So we're talking about transforming society, and I've studied Hermeticism. And there's a book called the Kabbalah, which deals with Hermeticism, which is alchemy, which is the process of transformation. And so from this, I read about it. It has to do with sacred geometry, engineering. But I'm talking about this because I'm saying that they describe the best ruler as a mix of 3 elements: the best philosopher, the best priest, and the best warrior. The best philosopher, the best priest, and the best warrior. But if somebody hears me say the best philosopher, the best priest, the best warrior, what are you talking about? So I can't say those words. Okay, that's how they described it in the book. But we apply it to society where the normal person can hear it, and they have a way of not being right brain reaction to this reaction, but the buyer, the seller, and the society. It's very easy to say. Nobody is going to fight you. And that's what we do with ethical mind hacks, is we're advancing society, taking into account the human and not expecting the division of no, yes, no, yes. No, yes is a binary based on the right brain. This is coding. We are turning into quantum computing where there's not a no or a yes. There's a yes, but what it needs to be is have fluidity of the situation, that in this situation, you're the buyer, I'm the seller, you're society, but in that situation, you're society, he's the buyer, I'm the seller. These things can happen. So we're not focused now with the fact that our conversation with someone is going to be successful, but it's based in a passion where we want the intended effect of the conversation. And some of us, if we're fighting somebody, you say yes, I say no, and we're fighting, we're in a loop where each side, even if you're right, they're gonna fight you. You can't get through to them. So I'm saying now, though, that I'm like, hey, I'm Nathan Raymond, the Japan Exchange. Download my app. What? Okay, actually, not download the app. Download the ebook. The ebook is 3 pages. 3 pages. You read it. You know my story, and you know that you, whoever you are, you can be an ambassador with Japan. You do 2 things. You are an English conversation partner, and you are also a student. Because when you are a student of Japanese people, they will get a chance to use English. You have to let them have what they want out of it. So this social conversations we're having is everything. That's why I'm so happy to talk to you. The more people I talk to, this opens up a world of people who won't know that as you are, just you have everything with your personal brand, your interests, your skills, your dreams. You're surrounding 12 categories of business. I can do a search from Japan. I can locate your chamber of commerce. I can locate a university, and I can locate a local JETRO organization. JETRO is an organization that represents the foreign investment into Japan, right? Like, so but see, when you really understand it, it actually is how can Japan invest in you? And even if Japan is not thinking of it this way, that's why they need me, because I am the spokesperson for Japan. I am the one who can really be your best friend and be their best friend, because all of us are looking for something. But we feel like I want something and getting it from somebody who is saying yes or no, when really the thing is that it's that person and our collaboration with this Japan Exchange app. So that's what my personal story. I'm not saying that I'm great, I'm amazing. No, God is great. God is amazing. I had so much help along the way. And that's why I'm so passionate, because they helped me and I can help the world. I don't want the credit. I don't need the credit. I need people to just do it, because the more we do it, the more money we're going to make. I'm not stupid, okay? I'm not just being like, this is not just business. Look, when you get rich, it's not so you could get rich. It's so you could turn into a startup incubator. Because when you have people in your area, you can motivate them, say, look, a startup. But if you ask people, if you tell people you have a startup, they're going to be like, who's paying? Like, they ask the stupidest question, who's paying? Money is their God. Money is controlling their mind. They don't need, anybody who's like, who's paying? Okay, now I can have that point of view. I do have that point of view, but I evolved to where I can say, look, I don't judge them. I just did that, okay? Because I'm human. See, I can't help it. The human does feel. I do feel. Okay, I'm a content creator. I rap, I play pop, I feel. But I've learned from Japan how to be engineering about this and just say.
And what's about your qualification? Do you have done your bachelor's or graduation?
Yes. So I have a 4-year degree from SUNY New Paltz in New York. I started international relations, and we were near the UN, so we would go to the UN often. But I was a tutor. I was tutoring the English as a second language. So, but I mean, obviously, I also wanted.
And do you study international relations?
Yes.
Okay. How was that experience? Like 4-year experience of doing this?
Yeah, it's very interesting, but not engineering, right? Not engineering. This is like then that's the point, is that, when I really did learn international relations, I came away with knowledge that then when I saw world affairs happening, I had an understanding of it, but other people, they just react, right? You hear these countries. If I say Pakistan, somebody will get a reaction. And just like I say Japan, you get a reaction, because the human will imagine something unless it has the basis of reality. And that's the game, man. That's what.
So what you done after doing graduation? Like what you have done?
Okay, so I taught English in Japan. And that also helped me to go to college, because I knew after I graduated, I could teach English in Japan. But here it is: Japan, England, Australia, these English, Western-speaking countries, we get a high salary, and Japanese don't speak English, so they're wasting their money. And I will admit it, I benefit from it, but I don't want to keep a broken system going, because now we're at a time where people don't have extra money. The prices are going up. What are we doing? We're tapping into a different currency. This is passion powered. It's magnetism. So
sorry to cut. How many years do you then move from New York to Japan when you done graduation?
Exactly. So I was in Japan 3 years. I taught high school 2 years as an assistant language teacher. See, I'm not even an English teacher, just assistant language teacher. So 2 years, agricultural high school. Then I was in a little while of middle school, elementary school. And then I went home to America, and that was 2007. And I was like, oh, let's see America. But I noticed it was like society in decline. That's what I really felt when I went there.
Then you come back to Japan?
Yeah, yes, exactly. So 2008, I stayed there 1 year. I lived in New York City. I had different jobs. I was a bike messenger. I did all this stuff. But then 2008, I said, you know what? I want to go back to Japan. But to go back to Japan, I had to marry my wife. So again, a guy who wants to be who thinks he wants to be single, but then I found that actually, marriage, I got married. So I got married. Then I came back in 2008, and then I've been here ever since now. So 2008, I was 28 or 38. I don't know. Now I'm 43. So in all, 20 years in Japan. And the 4 experiences I had was exchange student, English teacher, but then I was an executive search consultant in Tokyo where I was calling Japanese companies. I was locating English-speaking engineers who were 35, and I was introducing them to foreign companies doing business in Tokyo. This is 1 year I did this job. All the people that do it are Westerners like me because we take advantage of our Westernness to call Japanese companies where they don't expect a Westerner.
And sorry to cut. Do you speak in Japanese? Do you know
はい、
Japanese?
わかりました。日本語話します。そうですね。はい。I
Okay.
do speak Japanese, but the way I spoke Japanese is not because of a book. I had to come here and live life. And when
Yeah.
I
20
when I
years, 2 decades of life. Yeah, you're
yeah, but actually when I'm 18, I got a 1-year scholarship to study in Japan in a study exchange program, and that's what I need. I need businesses to donate money so you can go to Japan for free. Look, you need, if I say, do you come to Japan? They're going to say, I don't have time. I don't have money. But if you understand, you come to Japan, you make content, you make things. This makes more money than they make by you paying for a ticket. But I need to be the one to get the companies. Companies, if you really want to do business in the future, only the companies that support the youth will pass. And this is how you support the youth. You pay me money. I pay these tickets of people listening to this podcast to come to Japan, come to my Japan Exchange Digital Nomad Boot Camp, get a training, and be the bridge between your country, my country, and travel the world, duplicating our AI patterns in other countries.
Okay, very nice. And after you moved to the Japan, 2 decades ago, what jobs you would done, like or any you have started your business?
Well, travel writer is the thing I'm saying is that I went to a place called Mie, the birth of ninja, and yo, you guys can come here too. If you came to Japan, everybody's interested in ninja, but if you came to Japan and you ask somebody where's a ninja, they don't know. I know where the ninjas are. I went there. I trained in a camp. I was pulling, it's cool, man. And this is what we combine. You're exchange student, you're a teacher, but you're also an executive search consultant and a travel writer. Executive search consultant, you only introduce 2 people a month and you are rich. And that's a high-paying thing you could do. And travel writer, you get free travel. You take videos with people doing amazing things and we share it and you generate all these sales for the companies. Come on, people. We got to get together with this.
Okay, very nice. Let's move into the presentation. So can you explain these?
Okay. Now, the good for the seller, good for the buyer, good for society. Now, I'm telling you right now that I'm bringing together 3 companies. There's Nate Raymond, the personal brand. Then there's Terry Lloyd, who is the Japan travel. And then there is the Passion app. All you people out there, if I wanted to, you could just download an app. And this app is going to be where you put your information. That's going to power you to come to Japan. And you're going to do it off me introducing you to a Japanese person. And although we have the good for seller, good for society, good for buyer, I want you to understand that even if you do not understand this, this is what is programmed into the technology so that you have a quantum system of rapid global bot. Everybody knows about it as soon as you upload it, but it's not you that has to know it. You fall into it. The system knows it. You are just a sharer. You are just, we are systems of optimization, personalization of interest, skills, and dream. And this is what we're doing.
So to get, who is Sanpo-yoshi? That is like a mentioned name.
Yeah. Sanpo-yoshi means a 3-way satisfaction, and Sanpo, actually, there's something I know called Sunny Sanpo, and Sanpo, I mean, I don't know. You hear Sampo, it means go for a walk. I mean, these are Japanese terms we're going to get on. But the important thing is if you say Sampo Yoshi, they understand it. Now, look, this is what I'm talking about, is that all you need to do is have these thoughts in the 5D. These thoughts and these feelings alone is what's powering our economy. But for that to happen, you just have to go through a process. After you download my ebook, then you'll understand. Then we're going to make your personal brand. We're going to make your YouTube video. We're going to upload videos of your location data. Then we're going to get you on a speed meeting event where you're going to meet people. Then you're going to have the network that we then, boom, turn on the AI that matches people, and it's constant Sanpo Yoshi of gathering people. And once you gather people, it becomes the startup that you've created what's called an information node. And this is what people are buying using blockchain technology, but it's outside of them. The human is the quantum computer that we're applying this technology to. So we elevate the human and we do not worship the technology. Come on, people.
Okay. And the next one is this like...
yes. This is the proof where you got to show people, you got to say, look, people, whatever you think of the current moment, we just started with this fourth generation capitalism. And someone like me, who's in Japan for 30 years, back and forth, developing this, making this app, now has to get his app in the hands of the people who are listening to this podcast. And if I can do that, then we elevate humanity, and you want it elevated because any problem you're facing, this is going to be that solution. And it's designed that way so that when you talk to people, you tell people it was the thing that helped you get to that next level.
Okay. Very nice. And the next one is last one. It is like multifaceted smart cities ideas come from the concept of Society 5.0, which is the core of the New Japan and revitalization strategy named Japan is Back. Adopted in 2013, it is aimed at achieving economic growth to create Society 5.0 through the fourth industrial revolution using tools such as IoT, data, AI, robotics, and enhancing industrial competitiveness as well as quality of life in the rapidly aging Japanese society.
Yes. Now, look, this was only written in 2021, and the person that wrote this had their own peace of mind. Now, I want you to look at this thing and say, look, there's some things I see that I react one way that sound like it could be good, but there's another way I could look at it with ways that this could be bad. And I want you to then think, look, I realize that that is our mind that sees the one side and the other side. But what I'm saying is that that is no, you have no way of trusting that, okay? And I'm telling you, when it comes to me, that you have a way that with the left brain, without reacting, a system of control for how we're going to get the best of that, but also we are fluid so that that bad thing that could happen that everyone fears, it can't happen. And we have to understand we have a control. We are not on this page of it, this path towards doom that everyone thinks we are. But if you think we are, you will create that for yourself. And I want to give people a choice, okay? A choice.
Okay, very nice. And how was like you now you are a freelancer or like doing any
I'm a freelancer, but you have to understand who my target is. Because I had that experience in Tokyo, what I am now is I am a stakeholder consultant. So what I'll do, as I said, is I'm going to get you free travel to Japan. But it doesn't just have free travel like, oh, I'm stupid, free travel, bing, bong, bing. No. You're going to give something for your free travel, like I said, but I have an easier way for that to occur. You're going to make money for these companies. They're going to be the hero. Let people be the hero by helping you. And that's how you have to see it. Not, I want something give it to me. And if you don't give it to me, I don't like it. No. We are on the right side of humanity, and we have a confidence like that because we're part of the system. And everybody hearing this, don't worry. There's a step-by-step process. User experience. I'm like a waiter taking your order. This is hospitality. I don't want you to worry. Just let's go step by step. And that's what I do.
Okay, very nice.
Yeah.
I asked you for 30 minutes. It's a 30 minutes. And do you have any few more minutes? So I have a little bit more questions.
Yes, sure. I got plenty of time.
Okay.
You know I rap, right? You ever hear me rap?
Okay. The
Can I rap?
Okay.
Yo, this is Nate Dogg. I'm rapping. If you didn't know this world, we're trapping into our abundance.
I have any question. Do you have time?
Yes. Go ahead.
Living in Minokamo-shi, Gifu, Japan, what unique challenges and opportunities have you encountered as an expat from the New York City, and how have these experiences shaped your perspective on cultural adaptation and integrations?
Right. Well, okay. And again, yes, New York City, not New York City, New York State, but yes, lived in the city. And Minokamo-shi, see, we're next to Nagoya. So the same dynamic I had where it's a countryside. However, here in Minokamo-shi, we have so many manufacturing companies. And that's the point. It's the source of manufacturing. So I just have this eye here of how I'm turning it into an English village and using it the way no one's using it. And they need this because they don't have the social skills part. New York City with the Broadway culture. That's the thing. Like we're like, oh, we have backgrounds of, performing, and everybody likes that. But here in Japan, again, it's left brain. So they like it, but they're not used to it. And yeah.
Okay, very nice. And then the next question is, how do you think your experience studying international relation at SUNY New Paltz has influenced your approach to entrepreneurship and community building in Japan?
Oh, very much so, because I'm very much in tune with what's being taught. But now I'm very much in tune with what's not being taught. And that's the point, is that I learned more maybe from being the tutor of the international students. No, I mean, I did. It's just, I don't know. There's a way that when you learn history in universities, it's just using this, I don't know. It's just one way. You have to experience what you learned. And it was great. It was wonderful. Yeah, it was wonderful, though.
Okay, very nice. And what advices would you give to individuals who are considering relocating to new country for work or personal reasons based on your own experiences transitioning from New York to Japan?
Well, exactly. That's what this Japan is, because no matter where you go, even time zone, like you go a different time zone, your sleep schedule, we are scheduled. So you have to go anywhere. There's this period of naturalization. What my app is its own country. And the culture of that app is my personal brand. So if we can just get on my app, you will do it one time, we'll get in sync. And then no matter where you go, New York City, all these places, it's going to be smooth. So my decentralized community, our group is ambassadors. If you want to be an ambassador, come on. That's what I mean.
And the next, how do you balance the demands of entrepreneurship with your passion for education and community engagement? And what strategies do you employ to maintain work-life harmony?
Well, let me tell you something, people. Again, why I'm so passionate is because I've had time. I want to disclose something, okay? I am a stay-at-home dad, meaning that I had time to do things because my wife works. See, but that's why we're in Japan, because families start companies. 97% of Japanese population is employed by companies or 50 or less. And they can do these organized little units, but that's because they had a samurai history and they had ninja history. And so they can do that. So they've demonstrated they're able to do these things. And it's come up to me with the entrepreneurship that I need to put it together, because it's all like a puzzle. So you need to get on a bird's eye view and say Japan, America. And that's why I'm telling you this Sanpo-yoshi three-way technology is that all you got to do is be a part of it, and you're going to get the thing you need to do the thing you want.
Very nice. And you're living in like 3 decades in Japan. And can you explain the your experience in living in Japan? Because what I think living from the Pakistan, that Japan is full of tech peoples, and like with the bullet trains and more efficient workers, like they're working hard and day and
Totally.
night, and like full of technology peoples, full of high tech.
Yeah.
What do you
I
think?
had a similar idea, because what did you see of Japan if you didn't come here, maybe watching manga or movies or things like that? So I had one impression, but then when I came here, it was a shock. But now I really understand it. But it's because fundamentally, America, Japan, they are so opposite. And the point is this, is that when somebody is opposite from you, in America too, we have people divided. Like, I think this way, and you think,
Polarization, yeah,
yeah,
polarization.
polarization, right? And so, but if I'm in Japan and I'm American, it's polarized, but they don't hate me for it. They understand. They're like, oh, okay. I mean, he doesn't understand, So
Okay.
sometimes we want to be like, I understand everything. I'm so smart. But sometimes we don't have to understand everything. And that's why we also need a faith, because when you think of things with your logical mind, you will not be able to understand everything. You have to have the faith, because there's a unity, there's a oneness, and it has to be part of you that is open to allowing that interaction with the world. And
Okay.
if not, I mean, it's not that we don't want to do it, but we have to protect ourselves. And when we are only stuck in our head, we don't want to, but we become the God of our own mind. And when we're the God of our own mind, we are not God. So we're not good at God. We need to have a way of seeing from God's point of view and being the one to know God is not speaking in words, but he speaks through us. And we have to recognize how to do that.
Okay, very nice. And can you explain in what are the major factors that that's why the Japan is very high, like the GDP and the technology,
Right.
and what are the main few factors do you consider that
Okay.
that's the Japan is very ahead?
America got a good deal with Japan because, first of all, America and Japan, right? Anyway, for a long time, Japan just a silent partner. Like America, they help America, they do it. So Japan is used to this. And I live in a place where the biggest company is Toyota, but Toyota's not here. But we make the parts to supply Toyota. So some of these companies only exist to supply Toyota. But now that things are changing, and it's like we have 3D printing. So instead of manufacture something in Japan, right, we could just upload the intellectual property and you could just hit a button. So, but at the same time, there needs to be an acceleration of this next step. And everybody is looking at the companies like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? These companies, they're like elephants. And we, as personal brand, we're like mice. And we move at the speed of light, like nanotech, like nanotechnology, like quantum systems are using for nanotechnology that can turn into the shape it needs to based on the situation and what it needs to be. And that's what we are. We're on the ground, baby, talking to people. And based on their needs, then only then that we know they need this, do we introduce the right company. And this is the kind of marketing that companies need, not just marketing to you like, hey, you need this product. No, I don't need this product. Maybe somebody needs this product. But how do you get what you need when you need the next step, the next step, the next step? That's what we do.
Okay.
And companies support us so that we handle the relationship management with society better.
Okay, very nice. And what's what is your experience like? How was the Japanese life? Like what they eat and what's like why they are fit? So
Exactly.
one impression from is that they are living a long life and they are fit. They're like so how they develop these things, like what they eat, what
Sure.
they eat.
Okay. I I was obsessed with Japanese food because we have so many foods here that they're just so naturally protein, like nutrition dense, you know, because even before see, that's the thing. Everything we're eating today isn't like sometimes even the food. I bet Pakistan's better in America. Some of the food you can't even sell it in other
here the
countries.
majority, I think, here in Pakistan, we eat chapati. Like there is roti in
Yes.
Urdu we call. So we have like some vegetables which is cooked, and then we eat through this roti. Okay, okay. So like
See,
it's not a bread, like it's like a roti, and I hope I will send you the pictures of roti. So
okay.
and
Yeah, okay. Rihan, this gentleman
Rehan
who
Lawala.
I have,
Yeah.
yeah, and he wanted to have some way to people can make money, and he was saying, you know, but and people contacting me now from that, and I'm so happy. And actually, I could tell that you guys have a healthy mind because you guys are interested in this. And when I talk to Americans and Japanese, they don't understand what I'm talking about even. But that's the point, is that I'm happy to talk to you because I feel that, yes, I want to learn a lot from Pakistan, and you guys are teaching me now. But you know, so this is what I'm thankful that I could talk to you guys. Yeah, because there's something about us getting healthy, a healthy way of thinking. And I just feel like these countries, not only am I sharing America and Japan, but I'm also trying to help America and Japan because it's just points of view, and they are, I think, out of balance somehow. And but not in a bad way. It's just the next business opportunity that we're gamifying our lives, and we have something called KPI, key performance indicators, that keep people interested, that keep people inspired, that keep people in conversation. And are you there? I don't know. Oh, I hope. Anyway, so this is just something that I feel that you know, see, the way that you figured out this though is it's seamless. So I'm gonna say my ebook, if you download it, and anybody who reads this, as soon as you read it, you'll understand how to measure the kind of key KPIs. And then we have the 12 categories of business, which I also tell you about. So people, I mean, here, look, I can just show you that Nate Raymond in Japan, he's a conversation teacher, okay? But then after that, we're going to be doing nonprofits, podcasting about it. Then we're going to be going to universities, doing tech recruitment. Then we're going to be saving the city hall tax dollars and instead generating revenue while we provide internships through a travel experience that is going to allow us to interact with people from local businesses that engage in Makers Lab collaboration spaces where we invent new things to then franchise. And then we use artists, starving artists. We take pictures of their art and we allow to create an NFT, then that's what we are sharing with people. So this is okay, because when I was in Tokyo, what we had was we had, when you walk down the street, they give you a tissue. And these tissues do come in handy, but then you're like, oh, they give you free tissues. That's nice. And then somebody, you know, so if you just accept life, you get the tissues. But if someone asks you then, why do they give you tissues? And you look, oh, there's a company on the tissues. It's a way of marketing. So for digital transformation, we really upgrade that process with that marketing, is that we're going to be giving you an NFT. And this NFT is going to be a beautiful image from a Japanese artist. And, you know, so that's going to be good in itself. However, the NFT is also a token. And with this token, it entitles you to have a talk where we're going to build your AI business and consult you of just how we're going to benefit in the Japan exchange. So I guess this is the end of our podcast. I think I'm getting a voicemail from somebody. Here we go.
Hi.
Yeah. Sorry.
Thanks for the podcast.
Okay.
My electricity is like is gone because there is there is an issue in Pakistan. We have sometimes we have our electricity is gone.
I see.
So yeah, there's a load shedding. So yeah.
Okay.
Sorry for that.
No problem. No problem. Yeah, I'll answer them. No problem. I'm actually still on the podcast live stream. I'm actually still talking, and I think that might be okay because if people are watching, I could still keep things going. I've been talking about these things, but if you want, I will close down the live stream and stop talking. What do you think I should do? I sent him that message because I had been talking with a gentleman on this podcast, and he has made it clear to me that somehow their electricity went out in Pakistan, and that's exactly why we're doing this. He replied to me.
Also, apology for the late because we have we set the time 7 a.m. I think from my time for Pakistani time.
Okay.
So I have late due to some reason. So sorry for the delay in the podcast. We done 30 minutes after the 7 a.m.
True.
7:30 I think. So yeah.
Okay.
I really apology for that. That I had not come at time. So yeah.
Okay, so I'll just close down this, leave this podcast. I really enjoyed talking with you. I mean, we could do it again if it didn't work and we have to redo it, fine. But either way, it was nice talking to you. Thank you so much. Settings, add source, share screen, disable camera. Now, here we go. Yeah, we got that. Virtual background. Well, let's hope that there's a, yeah. Are you sure you want to leave? I know, I really don't want to leave. But I just want to make sure that we got everything we need. And actually, I'll present show you. Yeah, this is really nice, actually. I like this thing. Edit name, video settings, edit name. Yeah. Okay. That's it. I'm just making sure that I don't lose this because I loved what we talked about, man. Yeah. Okay.